I'm done. I'm gonna fund an account. I'm going to enter a big, and I'm gonna enter a big net trade about zero point 0.6 lots or something. My maximum daily loss is 250 USD. I want to take a lot of risks. Do you prefer that or something? Okay, if you take a lot of risks, all right. How what's your win rate? What's your win rate, and how has your performance been prior to you taking that funded challenge? Like, what has your performance been like? It's around 65, 70. Okay, that's not bad. But like, how has the performance been overall? Have you been profitable for a certain amount of months, or have you not been profitable for a certain amount of months? Because that matters too. If you want me to give you the Instagram answer, yeah, man, risk management. I'll say lower the losses a little bit. But if you want to hear some real shit, I'm gonna tell you right now. But you need to answer those questions. He said, you took risks. I completed the funding account within 2-3 days. Okay, but like performance wise, like for like consecutive amount of months, have you been profitable for a consecutive amount of months, or has it been just like a 1 month thing or a 2 week thing and that's it? You haven't found consistency yet, because that matters. That really matters of how you go into that funded. Because like if you already been consistent, right? Whatever I would say whatever you've been doing prior to that funded is what you should be doing during that funded as well. Whatever strategy that you been using in terms of risk or in terms of like overall strategy, I guess, right? But if you haven't been profitable, it's not gonna get any better on the funded, if that makes sense. Like if you haven't been profitable for a certain amount of months yet, and you haven't found consistency yet, but you think a funded account, since the larger balance, will do so, like you could get away with it for a couple weeks to months, but eventually it's all gonna, I wouldn't say crash down, but eventually it's kind of all just gonna reveal itself, right? Because you're not like, if it's luck, then eventually it's gonna come and disappear. But when it's actual skill, it's gonna stay here forever, right? So what I'm trying to say is like, if you haven't found that consistency yet, I'll suggest you, if you're about to fund it, right? You're about to fund it, whatever. But like if you haven't found that consistency yet, I'll say lower it down a little bit. But if you've already been consistent and like, yeah, you have like a goal on a funded account to get to whatever percentages within X amount of days left, then yeah, go with whatever you prefer. You said you would say 0.6 lots is, I'll say, more on the risky end, right? So yeah, like go with that, but make sure you found that consistency. Overall though, like for funded versus non-funded, right? I'll always suggest people to make sure they're profitable before they go funded, which is crazy to think, right? But it's like, if you don't have the skills, and skills goes from patience to discipline to waiting for candles to close, for understanding all the different aspects of your strategy. Like if you don't have the skills and consistency yet that have been displayed over time, then there's no need to go funded, because all that fund account does to you is apply pressure, because now you have a due date, right? So you have a time, you have a due date, which mentally creates this thing for you where it's like, it's a new trading path, right? But really it's the same thing as if you were trading a live account, even if it's a smaller balance on the live, right? So yeah, if you haven't found consistency yet, I'll say going on funded wouldn't really help you in a way. But if you found consistency, yeah, whatever you did on that live account prior to the funded, it should be whatever you're doing on that funded account, if that makes sense. But again, if you haven't found that consistency, right, how do you expect to find consistency on a funded when there's more rules being applied to you now? Plus on top of that, there's like limits and drawdowns of that. Like that overall, that's what I'll say. So that's why like I want to ask those questions, because you started training about a month ago. Like my training journey is 2 mixed. Keep going, bro. Don't give up. Don't give up. It's gonna take some time though. Like don't expect to get all of it down within a couple of months. It's gonna take some time. You could, it's possible. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's not impossible. That's not possible, but it's gonna take some time though, because the more you grow in trading, the more you're gonna realize that you don't know shit. Even me today, I'm 5 years into the game. I still don't know shit. But whatever I know is whatever I display, and I guess like I'm learning as I go, right? Which is with everything too. But like if you've only been a month in, I mean, to be honest, like fuck me a month in versus me 4 years into the game, like totally different people, I'll say. And if you're a month in and you're training on funded, it's gonna be a little tough. But I don't know, man. If you maybe found something that works, continue to do so. Right? From what it seems like you're on the right path. It's a very long-term game. That's what I'm trying to say. So you're gonna learn a lot as you go, man. Like you said in the podcast, if I can do it on a demo, I can do it real. I said that for like not in terms of okay, yeah, I said that, but in terms of like it gave me hope that I can do it on a live, right? In terms of the strategy though, you gotta go, yeah, test the strategy on a live for sure. You know what I mean? But yeah, in terms of hope, for sure. If I never made 30K on a demo account on the first trade on SPX 500 chat, I wouldn't be here today. I can tell you that. I know how I work myself, and I know for a fact that if I didn't see something there that was like worth seeing, I wouldn't have gone ahead and continued to go with it. Because there was a lot of red flags for me to go into Forex. The first red flag was my boy hit me up. He's like, yo, IML, join this, join that. You can recruit 5 people, you know? And then the second thing was red flag for me was he talked about how you can trade currency pairs, oil and gold. I'm like, that's too much for me to handle. I don't know what you're talking about. And then the third red flag for me was or there's no third red flag, but those are the 2 red flags that I had. So it took a lot for me to actually take the risk and put that first $200 into my Hugo's Way account back in the day, right? A lot of things had to line up the perfect way for me to go into it and find the right mentors, not even the right mentors, but find mentors at a certain time for me to go and take this approach instead of like the usual approach, the Instagram approach, right? Like, shout out to everybody that I met throughout the journey, but each person developed me as a trader in a way. Green looking good? Yes, sir. Thank you. Have you ever blown an account? Of course. I've blown like 20 or 30. Gold struggling? Yeah, man. This would have been it if it tapped 666 for you. This is the pullback I'm assuming for the 4 close. Now, like if you were to grab a trade within the range, a pay trade within the range, this would have been it. A wick entry from here and down. But I guess you gotta look for the 4-hour buys now, which is fine. Still valid, right? But just you gotta wait 9 minutes here, and then you gotta wait for a bottom wick. So anywhere from like 9 to 10, because NYC opens at 9:30, and that could be the flip for you. But that's what I'm assuming here would happen. What up, Reen? Reen is here. I have been trading for 2 months with funded still break even. What should I do? You should get off funded. It might hurt, but get off funded and trade a live account. That's very tiny. $50, $20, whatever it is, but treat that $20 account like it's